When I was a teenager, I used to crack my bedroom window open at night. Not for the fresh air, not for the view, but for Lestat. I like the idea of something pale and mysterious and dangerous slipping inside while the world was asleep. My sister, not so much. Turns out that's also how every vampire horror movie starts. And tonight, we're cracking that window open again. Only this time, we're not just talking Twilight crushes or Halloween costumes. We're going deep. From blood-soaked history to modern encounters that will make you want to nail the window shut. Before we had Count Dracula, before we had glittery boyfriends who played baseball at night, humanity already had vampires. In Mesopotamia, people feared the Lamashtu and Lilith, demons who drank blood and preyed on infants. The Greeks whispered about the Impusa, a shape-shifting seductress with bronze feet who drained men dry. In India, you had the Vitala, spirits that hijacked corpses like puppets. And across Africa and Americas, countless blood drinkers stalked folklore. Different cultures, different names, same monster. Coincidence, or are we all sharing the same nightmare? Now, fast forward to the 17th and 18th century, Eastern Europe. Villagers in Serbia, Hungary, and Romania were terrified. They believed their dead neighbors were climbing out of their graves to feed on the living. So, what did they do? They dug them up. And sometimes they found proof. Corpses, bloated, fresh blood on lips, nails still growing. Of course, now we know it's all just decomposition, but back then, that was full-on undead red flag. So they staked them, beheaded them, and burned them. Imagine living in that village. Your neighbor dies and the next week you're chasing him down with a pitchfork like it's a Renaissance cosplay event gone terribly wrong. Not all vampires stay in legends. Some become infamous in history books. Vlad the Impaler, a brutal ruler who skewered enemies by the thousands. Rumors say he dipped bread in human blood. Bram Stoker would later borrow his name for Dracula. Elizabeth Bathory, the Blood Countess, accused of bathing in the blood of virgins to preserve her youth. Skincare routine: cleanse, exfoliate, moisturize, murder. These weren't fanged immortals, but they sure acted like it. Vampires aren't just European, they're everywhere. Malaysia, the pangolin, I probably said that wrong, is a flying head with dangling entrails that feeds on babies. Cute. In the Philippines, the aswang, a shapeshifter that eats fetuses right out of the womb. Nice. In China, the Zhengshai is a hopping corpse that drains life force. In Latin America, the chupacabra drains goats and livestock. Some say it looks more humanoid than we want to admit. Basically, the global community agreed something out there wants your blood, no matter the zip code. Rules of the damned. Vampires have rules. They can't cross running water. They don't like garlic. They have to sleep in dirt from their homeland. They don't show up in mirrors. And the most famous, they can't enter your home unless invited. So basically, vampires are the worst Airbnb guest ever. BYO dirt needs special conditions and they'll suck you dry if you invite them in. But here's the creepy part. The invitation rule still shows up in modern encounters. So let's talk about some. Mercy Brown, Rhode Island, 1892. Villagers dug her up during a tuberculosis outbreak. They found blood in her heart, burned it, and fed the ashes to her brother. They swore she was draining him. Arnold Poli, Serbia, 1720s. Man dies, villagers dig him up. He looks fresh. They panic, stake him, and burn him. But it's not all history. A woman named Crystal in Australia joined an underground vampire court. At first, it was theatrical. Candlelight, costumes, role play, but then she started waking up weak, with puncture wounds on her neck and wrist. No memory. Sometimes her window was open. Remember when I thought cracked windows was romantic? Yeah, it's subtly not so cute. And then there's the real life vampire. Subcultures today. People who actually drink blood with consent. Some claim they need to feel alive. Others say it is just spiritual. Either way, nothing says romance like, babe, can I get a pint of O negative? Of course, vampires didn't just haunt folklore and freaky news clippings. They took over the pop culture. Bram Stoker's Dracula turned them into seductive predators. Anne Rice gave us tortured immortals with eyeliner and philosophy degrees. And then Twilight said, what if vampires were sad, hot, sparkly, and really good at baseball? We took a corpse monster and made it our crush. So why does the vampire stick around? Because they're us. They reflect our deepest fears: aging, death, lust, forbidden desire, addiction, even pandemics. Every century, we rewrite the vampire to fit our anxieties. And maybe it's not all a metaphor. Maybe the hunger really is out there. So tonight, when you hear the wind scratching your window, remember they'll never break in. They'll just wait for you to open it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And for heaven's sakes, keep your window closed. Have a good night, guys. Bye.